it's the TheRawsomeVeganGal here, and I've got some great products from a company called Pickled Planet. You can see I've got a few jars here of some goodies, and we're going to check them out today. So welcome. So we're going to be trying out some pickles, and 1 jar of pickles and 3 jars of sauerkraut that I received from the company called Pickled Planet. So thank you, Cortland, so much for sending them to me. So these are organic, raw, fermented foods. They're all made with organic ingredients, Himalayan sea salt, and packed in glass jars. And the fermentation, as they say in their sheet, process ensures full body flavors and lasting health benefits. And so these are so incredible. I've already tried them, but I wanted to do the video before I actually finish them. They're so good. So we're going to be using some really cool utensils to taste them out, and we always want to be careful not to do what's called double dipping, and they mention this on their website, and I'll have a link to their website below this video, because what you're doing is if you put your spoon in your mouth and you put it back in the food, there's bacteria that goes from your mouth back into the food in the jar, and it could cause mold, and it could cause it to go bad. So you don't want to do that with any kind of food. So what we have here is something called eco-tensils, and I have their little flyer here, and they're really cool utensils that are renewable, biodegradable, recyclable, moisture resistant, and they have some different sizes, and they're very cool company, and they are going to just be doing really great, because in the industry now this is something that we really need, and they're really cool for tasting food, and maybe eventually they'll do something where it's more like a fork, which is easier for sauerkraut, and I'll have a link below this video for you to find out more about them. So this is the eco-tensil, just so you see. There's one that's really big, and you bend them, but I'm not going to use the really big one for the sauerkraut. I'm going to use these small little ones, and the small ones are called, if I can see on this sheet here, Eco Taster Mini, and the bigger ones are called the eco-tensil. So those are the different, and then they have other ones. They have something called a spoon lids, which is a lid on a cover of something, a food product, and it becomes a spoon, which is really cool. So we've got our little bendable eco-tensils, so they bend like this, like a little spoon, and I'm going to show you the products, and we're going to start with whichever one I pick up, which is the beet kraut. Look how beautiful. So they say this, their packaging is really cool, and they have a little something on each one, and it says, to feel the beetness of life is sublime, to find your own but not only way, free to be what you will to be, to see life through poetry and laughs, traveling across the crazy bigness of everything. So everything here is raw, gluten-free, vegan, even printed on post-consumer paper, full of enzymes and probiotics. That's the benefit of sauerkraut and pickles. And it says their mission here is to provide the state of Jefferson and beyond with organic lacto-fermented goodies. Our living sauerkraut is swimming in a sea of beneficial microorganisms and digestive enzymes carefully created by our ancient fermenting process. We use the freshest organic produce and spices. We take care of our homes and the planet we call home, using our business as a vehicle for positive change and free expression. Together with you, our healthy customer, we envision a world more fun, more efficient, and more present. We love our products and hope you do too. So very cool. So it's live food, you keep refrigerated, and because it's in glass, you can recycle this, you can reuse it, and that's very cool, and it's certified organic by the Oregon Department of Agriculture, which is where the company is located. So in this beet kraut, as they call it, they have cabbage, carrots, beets, Himalayan salt, and caraway seeds. I believe it's carrot. Now you can't tell that the carrot is orange because everything looks purple. As you see from the jar, everything's purple. So we're going to just take a little bit of this out of the jar. And also the liquid that's left from it would be great to put it in your salad or for a salad dressing. It'd be delicious. So we're going to try a little bit of the beet kraut first. See how pretty that is, the color. Very nice. I can definitely taste the beet flavor. Has a nice crunch to it. It's not very salty. It has a small amount of salt. Like for 1 ounce, there's about 4% salt. And this is a 16-ounce jar, so there's quite a bit in here. So, you know, and this is going to continually ferment, so you want to be careful when you open them, and you never want to open it sideways. So that's really good. So if you're not a beet fan, actually beet kraut is really good. It has a really nice flavor. So we're going to go on to the next one, and I'm going to get another one of my handy dandy little eco-tensils here. And you could just throw this into your compost, or you know, I never say you should throw things on the ground, but basically, since this is compostable, you can actually just do that and nothing bad will happen. So the next one we're going to try, whatever I pick up here, is going to be our Great Plain, it's called. So it's just cabbage and Himalayan salt. And on this one they say, what can we say? This stuff is the quarterback of Krauts, and it's great with anything, especially a sandwich. I just love anything. I just love any kind of sauerkraut. So this is just plain cabbage, where this purple one, it's not that, I don't think it's purple cabbage, but because there's beets in here, it turned everything purple, which is very cool. And naturally, so it's like a natural dye. So we're going to try this plain kraut. And I like to put my sauerkraut in a salad. It's so yummy. Here's our plain kraut. It's got a nice crunch to it. Nice flavor. You know, and if you don't like a lot of salt in it, you can always soak it in some water. But still, it does not have a lot of salt. You can taste a little bit. And instead, everything's made with love. I like that. Really cool. Okay, and the next one we're going to try, as we get out another one of our little eco-utensils, is going to be our Dill Gent, it's called. Dill and then an E and Gent. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So on this one they say Dill Gents is in all things will help you achieve your goals and maximize your experience on Spaceship Earth. Live long and prosper. So that's really cool. I like that he's putting something on your jar. So, you know, it pays to read what your jar does say. I mean, it has a mission, their mission statement, and it has a little something about the product. So it's like on the back here, there's a little, it's kind of not that clear, but basically, that's really cool. Makes you feel good. And then they say here, this jar has come a long way to be in your hand. Please reuse or return it. Support recyclable used materials with purchasing power. Money is your vote. The world is ours now. It is time to make it happen. We are all cells in the same body. Let's work together and have some fun. Awesome. So in the Dill Gent, there's cabbage, garlic, Himalayan salt, and spices. And one of the spices, of course, it's not a spice, but one of the herbs is dill. And I think there's other spices in here. I'm not really sure because they don't say on the jar. But this is just regular green cabbage with the dill and the other spices. Very nice. So I'm not sure what the other spices are, but it has a really nice flavor. Very good. Now our final one we're going to try is the actual pickles. These are very cool pickles, very unique. I've never seen any other company do it, and I've reviewed a couple of other companies on my YouTube channel. This is called Dilly beans, and on here it says shake until brine is cloudy. So you want to shake it up. So you see how the brine got all cloudy when I shook it up? So this is actually green beans that are made as pickles, and they put in filtered water, Himalayan salt, and spices. And on this one it says, these dilly beans are crunchy and delicious as a side or dish or special treat. Plenty of roughage and probiotics for your gut in these garlic wonders. Great in mixed drinks too. Now I just have a comment, is that I just found a typo because I'm also a writer. There is a typo. Plenty is spelled wrong, so you may have to correct that on your labels. So we're going to try this, and we don't really need that little spoon for it. We're just going to pull one out from the stem. See, this is what they look like, and they're so good. They're crunchy. You'd think, how could this be crunchy? It's been soaking in brine. They're so flavorful. It tastes like a pickle. Just a pickle made with green beans. What a cool idea. I would have never thought of it, because you can basically pickle anything. I'm going to have another one. They're so good. And then again, the brine you can use too. You can use the brine to make a dressing or a sauce, or mix it even, let's say you want a soup for a certain flavor, or you're cooking something and you want to season it. This will be great to add to it. So it just has only a few ingredients in it. Wow, these are so good. I could really eat a lot of these dilly beans. Very good. Now they have a lot of other products. They have kimchi. They have other pickles. They have even some another sauerkraut with like burdock and ginger in it, and more seaweeds. So they have many different varieties. They have, let's see, how many different kinds of pickles they have. I think they have two pickles, and then they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 different kinds of sauerkraut. So that's very cool. Very awesome company. Very good products. They were worth waiting for. I had to wait a while to get it, and Cortland's juggles a lot of things in his departments that he works on. So I appreciate you sending them to me, and I really love them. So let's go through them again. We have the beet kraut, and we have the great plain, which is just the plain regular sauerkraut, and then we have the Dill Gent, and then finally, one of my favorites, I have to say my new favorites for pickles, would be the Dilly beans. So that's it for today. This is the Rawsome Vegan Gal. Thanks for watching.